So Once Upon a Time just dropped a trailer for the 7th season, and while there isn't a whole lot seen there, I'm still going to analyze the heck out of it. Many of my viewers do not watch Once Upon a Time, but oh well, this is my favorite show, so let's do this. Hello, I'm the Theorizer, and spoilers for all of this show up until the 6th season will be in this video. So ABC just dropped the teaser, and well over half of it is just the usual filler from past seasons, but it's the end that shines. So indulge me for a few minutes as I tell all of you exactly what I think is going on here. So skipping past the Season 6 filler, we get to the first real clips of Season 7. I believe most of the trailer is being narrated by one of the new female characters that's been added to the cast. I've been stalking the Twitter account of the creator, keeping up to date with news articles, and studying all info submitted to the wiki. For those of you who don't know, after Season 6 ends, all of the characters live happily ever after, until they wander off back to the Enchanted Forest, or at least Henry does, and now he's an adult. He wants to go off and find characters whose stories don't have happy endings. He meets a woman named Cinderella and marries her, having a daughter named Lucy. Now that might confuse you. Don't we already have a Cinderella? Yes, we do, but this is a parallel book with parallel stories, and Henry wants to help them get their happy endings. He is the author after all. After marrying Cinderella, Henry and her have Lucy. A mysterious curse strikes, and Henry is sent to Seattle. We then see all of the events of the trailer play out. First, we see Henry and Lucy, and Henry is possibly remembering. Based off of the hints from the trailer and the events in the Season 6 finale, we can assume that Henry is most certainly the savior to this new curse. Next, we see Cinderella 2.0 running down a Seattle street. She clearly has her memory based off of her facial expressions and her fast, panicky running. And Tiger Lily's quote in the Season 6 finale about Lucy finding her mother. However, we then get more Season 6 clips, and then a clip of Lucy, then of a girl known as Alice, who is based directly off of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. More on that in a second. Then we get a shot of Cinderella, but then we finally see the mind blow of awesomeness. We get the familiar cast. First we see Killian Jones, and he's been cursed as a Seattle police officer with the last name Rogers. Next we see a shot of Tiana. Tiana, of course, is from The Princess and the Frog. She is not a main character coming up, but she's still a recurring one. Next, we get a shot of one of Cinderella's stepsisters. We know that this is her stepsister because in interviews, this actress is confirmed to be playing the stepsister Drizella. I believe that's how you say it. I've never seen Cinderella. But in the original story of Once Upon a Time, Drizella and the other sister are nowhere to be found. The original sisters here, they have different names entirely. So we finally meet the parallel truth. Jeez, this is going to completely overcomplicate my family tree. But at least Once Upon a Time is finally explaining why Drizella wasn't a part of the original story. Then we get a shot of Rumple, and he's looking like a smug drug dealer. Well, that's probably not the case, but I'm still betting he plays a minor villain of Seattle. Perhaps a Godfather-like figure, and Hook is always against him. Cops and robbers. Extremely fitting. Then we see Regina, who is cursed to operate as a bartender. She's looking a little different, but still cool. And finally, as the trailer ends, we see Henry and Cinderella dancing in a ball, Tiana sitting on the sidelines, Lady Tremaine snapping at her daughter, and a shattering glass. Then boom, we zoom out to find Seattle in the background of the Once Upon a Time logo. How epic. So now flood in my theories. First of all, I'm guaranteeing just from this look Tiana gave Henry and Cinderella that there's going to be some sort of love triangle, the things which Once Upon a Time is famous for. Next, I'm guaranteeing with complete and total confidence that Lady Tremaine will be the main villain. This is a trend Once Upon a Time has. Like in Season 1, the stepmother tried to destroy the stepdaughter. Except now, there are two stepsisters in on the curse as well. Perhaps Lady Tremaine wanted Henry to be with Tiana? We won't know until the show starts up. Maybe Tiana is even the secret other stepsister. Who knows? But here's something a little crazy. You might not have seen the spin-off show Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, but I have. In it, there's a character known as Anastasia. All of the fans assumed that Anastasia was Cinderella's stepsister because of all of the evidence of a stepmom who looked just like Lady Tremaine and was from the Enchanted Forest. But then the creators debunked it, which annoyed many of the fans. After all, it would have been so cool to connect the stories of Wonderland and Cinderella like that. But now, look at what they're doing. They are bringing in Alice 2.0 from Wonderland and revealing more about these stepsisters. Fan demands, people. But Lady Tremaine being the main villain is a given. The first time around, Once Upon a Time focused heavily on Snow White, but completely sidelined the second most famous, arguably the most famous, Disney princess, Cinderella. This time around, she is the main protagonist. It all makes sense. Though, since Once Upon a Time is obsessed with plot twists, they'll probably reveal that the true villain in the end is Cinderella or something ridiculous like that. But for now, this is what I've got. I'll comment more theories I get below. Just check them out there. But for now, vote by clicking the little voting thing in the top right corner. Will you be watching Season 7? I sure will be. They've moved the time slot to Friday nights instead of Sunday, but I'm still avidly going to be intrigued. I'll see you next Friday with an Incredibles theory, and upcoming theories include Wreck-It Ralph, The Corpse Bride, Paranorman, and Meet the Robinsons. Sorry for the completely short video. This is more of just an opinion, not a theory. Oh well, until next time, I'm the Theorizer.